Florida has more hidden nightmares than a Disney villain's backstory. You know the Florida they sell you. Endless beaches, palm trees bending politely in the breeze, sunshine that feels like a lifestyle choice, lizards doing push-ups on your porch like they pay rent. That Florida exists. But it's not the whole story. There's another Florida, the one that never makes it onto postcards. The one where the AC hums like it's tired of life, the jobs dried up years ago, and hope clocks out early. If it clocks in at all. And no, I'm not talking about Miami traffic or alligator politics. I'm talking about places you've never heard of. Places you were never meant to hear about. Today, we're diving into the 5 worst places to live in Florida. Not the usual suspects. Not the easy targets. These are the forgotten towns. Places with postcard scenery and brutal statistics. Places where the silence is louder than crime sirens. One town produces football stars faster than jobs. Another smells like history, and not in a good way. And one place is so broken, it's debated whether it should legally continue existing. Think you know Florida? Prove it. Because the worst place to live isn't always the most dangerous. Sometimes it's the most forgotten. And trust me, you're not ready for the town that might literally erase itself. Choose wrong, and you don't just lose money, you lose time. You lose momentum. Sometimes, you lose yourself. Let's begin. Number 5. Pahokee. In Pahokee, the soil can grow almost anything, except a functioning economy. Let that line settle. This town sits on the southeastern edge of Lake Okeechobee, surrounded by some of the richest farmland in the entire country. Sugarcane stretches to the horizon. The lake glows at sunrise. Birds glide low across the water like they know something you don't. On paper, Pahokee should be thriving. In reality, it's surviving. Barely. Unemployment here has spiked as high as 35% during downturns. Median household income floats around $30,000, nearly half the state average. City infrastructure is chronically underfunded. Maintenance is delayed. Repairs are postponed. Services feel optional. And as people leave, the tax base shrinks, creating a loop that feeds on itself. Crime here isn't explosive. It's economic. The slow burn kind that never makes headlines, but quietly shapes lives. Pahokee has spent years trapped between county oversight, state grants, and federal promises, all of which arrive slower than a Florida DMV line on a Monday morning. There have been debates about mismanagement, questions about missing funds, development deals that appeared, disappeared, and left nothing behind but rumors and frustration. Residents keep asking the same question: who's steering this ship? One local summed it up perfectly. Pahokee is where ambition goes to sweat while waiting for funding. And yet, somehow, this town produces NFL talent at a rate that feels unreal. Scouts treat it like sacred ground. For many kids here, football isn't a sport. It's an exit strategy. When escape is a dream, athletics become the portal. Living in Pahokee isn't dramatic. It's not chaos. It's a quiet documentary about what happens when systems fail politely. You feel it in water bills that creep higher, in roads that never quite get resurfaced, in city projects that stall until next fiscal year, in job postings that look like they were written in 2014 and forgotten. Governance here feels patched together like a college student's MacBook charger. It works until it doesn't. And then there's the environment. The humidity doesn't greet you, it grabs you. Mosquitoes arrive like they're running a protection racket. Some roads feel like they were paved during the Carter administration and never forgiven. Step outside at sunrise. The lake glows gold. The fields smell like damp sugar and gasoline. A heron glides across the water. It's beautiful. Until cane-burning smoke drifts in. Until you realize the nearest grocery store isn't a walk, it's a drive. Pahokee is paradise with fine print. And if you think Pahokee is complicated, wait until you meet the next town. Number 4. Belle Glade. In Belle Glade, they say the soil is so rich it'll grow anything, except opportunity. This place should have won. Farmland, history, sunshine, a view of Lake Okeechobee that could make a painter cry. But reality doesn't knock here. It walks in and sits down like it owns the place. Belle Glade is the heart of Florida's sugar empire. Sugar is king. Everything else is expendable. Median household income sits around $26,000. Poverty hovers near 35%. Unemployment regularly ranks among the highest in the state. Violent crime runs more than 60% above the national average. Housing is scarce. Rentals are limited. And even when you find one, livable is a generous description. Belle Glade's official motto is "Her soil is her fortune." Someone should probably check who's cashing that fortune, because it's not the residents. This town helps fuel a massive share of the nation's sugar supply. Billions flow outward. Almost nothing cycles back. What you see instead are cracked sidewalks, failing infrastructure, and schools running on fumes. Local leadership has faced criticism for years. Transparency issues, stalled revitalization projects, plans that die quietly in bureaucratic limbo. This isn't failure, it's neglect. You can stand next to a billion-dollar crop while your streetlight hasn't worked in nearly a decade. A neighbor's roof is held together by hope and a single Home Depot tarp. Drive past endless golden cane fields. They smell like dust and sunlight. Then you enter town and it feels unfinished. Potholes big enough to swallow a rental car. A grocery store that closes at 6. No coffee shop unless you count a vending machine. The sky is flawless. The air is thick, not beach thick, more guess the pesticide thick. It feels like Florida went on vacation and forgot Belle Glade existed. Number 3, Century. Population, roughly 1,700. Give or take whoever moved out last week. Century isn't just small, it's paused. Time here feels like it packed a suitcase and never came back. At first glance, the name sounds charming, historic, southern, quaint. Then you arrive. Median household income hovers around $30,000. Poverty exceeds 33%. State audits uncovered hundreds of thousands of dollars in mismanaged funds. Water systems leak. Power flickers. Internet speeds test your patience and your faith. Jobs are scarce. Even Dollar General struggles to hire. And yes, the town has openly discussed dissolving itself. As in, should we stop being a town? City meetings feel less like governance and more like a Reddit thread titled, "Are we still real?" Living in Century isn't chaotic, it's a slow erosion. Services run on duct tape and optimism. Economic plans stall indefinitely. Leadership feels unclear, exhausted, or uninterested. Century was once a coal boom town. From coal to chaos, the rebrand isn't going great. You step outside in the morning, crickets, pine trees. A breeze that smells like someone mowing a ghost's backyard. You check the mailbox. It's empty. Of course it is. Number 2, Frostproof. Frostproof, Florida, where the name is the first lie you're told. It sounds like a promise, safe, warm, immune to hardship. But the name was a marketing stunt from 1915. Median income sits just under $37,000. Over a quarter of residents live below the poverty line. Jobs are seasonal. Citrus dominates, and citrus has been struggling for years. Crime runs double the national average. The nearest real hospital? You'll be driving. Frostproof isn't loud. It's stagnant. A town that feels like a loading screen that never finishes. Quiet streets. Small homes, citrus groves, and not much else. The roads are rough. Downtown closes early. Wi-Fi feels optional. You wake to roosters instead of alarms. The diner is closed today. Your car rattles over potholes that feel personal. Same state as wealthy Florida suburbs, wildly different forecast for your bank account. And finally, number 1, Fort Meade. If Florida were a storybook, Fort Meade would be the chapter they ripped out and forgot to reprint. This town feels unfinished. Once a phosphate boom town, railroads, trade, momentum. Then progress took the highway around it. Today, the population shrinks. Median income sits around $38,000. Poverty exceeds 23%. Jobs are scarce. Schools are underfunded. The economy limps along on agriculture, seasonal work, and dollar stores. It's not collapsing. It's stalling. Living here feels like being trapped in an old photograph, peaceful, but frozen. Roads crack. Shops close. Development plans remain theoretical. People aren't angry, they're tired. Tired of waiting for the future to arrive. You wake to cicadas, not traffic. The streets are empty. You wave to the same neighbor you've seen for decades. There's beauty in the calm. Until you realize the nearest job fair is 30 miles away. Fort Meade is the kind of town where a tumbleweed could roll down Main Street and get elected unopposed. If you've ever visited a place and thought, did I accidentally time travel? Now you know. And if you want to avoid accidentally moving to one, you'll thank yourself later.